We're back, baby. Well, I was going to say welcome back to the Lift, Laugh and Life podcast, but we've had some technical difficulties, so this is just going to be going on the YouTube channel. It's going to be a little Q&A, but it's not about... It's actually the Mickey Sear show, isn't it?
This one is. Oh, bye, so I'm stitched with this shambles. Not working.
It's just exactly like ITV2. That's exactly the same sort of setup. But how did you find the villa? How did you find your experience?
Oh, it was mad. It was surreal. It was surreal. Like, obviously, mint walking in and seeing you and everything, but the production side of it was so big, like so much bigger than I thought. I thought it was just going to be like, you go in, there's one camera down looking at you, but then there's cranes flying all over and everything.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. Do you think it's bigger or smaller when you came in than what it looks like on TV?
I thought the villa was smaller, but the production was bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, people were getting pulled for shots left, right and centre. There's so much you can do, isn't it?
You knew you were going to get that fire pit once.
I was there. I was actually going to try and plug Michael Sear's plumbing and heating, running a gas line to it. But
look at him trying to plug it as well already.
Hashtag ad.
Anyone needs, outdoor tap?
I'm above that now. Bespoke bathrooms.
Bespoke bathrooms. We'll put a little clip somewhere here. There's a great little blue one as well. It's probably went viral that by now.
Probably.
You're a big star.
I usually let my agent deal with that now I've been on there, do you know what I mean?
Do you think you're going to go back to work or not?
Not if I can help it. Not if I can hang off you for the next year, no.
Who do you think you would couple up with if you were in the villa? Did you... Ricky's actually in a relationship. Actually, if you're watching this, I'm just digging him out. But he's allowed to say he's got a little hall pass. Has he?
Who would I pick?
Who would you pick?
For you or for me?
It's alright, you don't need to answer that. Right, we've got questions from some people. I put a little story on. Like I said, this is supposed to be a podcast. Mickey can fire away any questions in between. And just to get the YouTube channel started again, before we've got loads of cool stuff planned. Hopefully going to get back into training. Well, I've got back into training the last couple of days. And yeah, we'll hopefully get some cool guests on and just do more YouTube stuff. People have actually asked for eating challenges again already. They want to see.
Because you've done that one last time, or was it like the 10k calories?
10,000 calorie eating challenge. 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 calorie eating challenge. They've asked for the 20k one with Paige. I don't know if she's got that in her bank. I've honestly, she just doesn't eat anything apart from chocolate.
It's just a normal day for you.
Just like nibbles.
She's been having ice cream. She's having what? She's eating what? Hey,
that's that.
Hey,
it's a PG show. It's a PG show. We'll have to put this one at 10 o'clock after the way.
Yeah, he's been having plenty of ice creams down Swansea little beach. I know that.
Yeah, it's cute vibes, like walking along the beach, long walks. Swansea is nice, actually.
Okay, it's even better with little honey buns, isn't it?
But yeah, no Newcastle. But there's going to be lots of trips down there, you know.
How far is it from here? How long does it take to get there?
Well, I was flying, to be fair, but if I drove it would be 5.5 hours.
How the other half live?
Moving on. Anyway, right. First one, who was your best mate in the villa? Well, who do you think it was before I answer this, actually?
Can I count myself as a new one? I don't know. I would have said Andrew, you know.
Actually, 100% right, you know. Especially after the last few nights that we went out with him the other night. And yeah, definitely a top boy. And I think we've even been planning going to gigs together. Gigs.
All about the music on it.
Sonny Federa, having a little dance. But we can rave dance. Me and him have got the same moves. It's like that little horrendous two-step.
I thought you were actually quite good at dancing in the villa.
Do you know what? It's actually mad because like George Sampson and they're actually doing Step Up to the Street 6 and they've asked us to play a part in it.
I think you've had lessons from Diversity.
Right, what is the next one? Will you return back to your normal job? My job is actually sick. Like I own the gym and that is amazing. Probably not going to be doing as much like in-person stuff, but we're straight back at it today, weren't we?
I mean, you love the gym though, don't you? What did you start like?
Probably 18.
I was saying the last time I was with Joe, I remember you going to, do you remember at Pont you could do the under 18s Tuesday and Thursday? Under 16s or something. I remember you going to that at like 12, 13 or something.
Yeah, so I was smashing it. I've just loved it and it's always been the one thing that's always kept us like grounded and back Like, I actually think that, and you can probably back us up on here, I would have went off the rails if it wasn't for the gym. I feel like that's been the one thing that's kept us grounded.
Definitely. You had to go with a few little sports and that in there, and I remember playing football in PE, and you wore the yellow Predators and you used to wear the headband.
I was like Sergio Ramos.
That's what you see, isn't it?
I'm probably more famous as well now. Right, what was the next one? Why did you want to re-enter the Love Island villa? Right, I'm not going to lie, we may as well just clear this up now. Paige is amazing, great relationship, and we are absolutely flying right now. But you know, and you can back us up on this, everyone who goes on Love Island, I think, it's series 8 now, people know what's coming off the back of it, you're getting a few followers, you probably, if you have a business like me, it's going to help amplify that and put you in a better situation, and there's going to be loads of good opportunities after it. So yes, everyone comes on and says, I'm here to find love and that. Yes, you kind of are, and like, obviously that's unreal, but nobody's daft at this point. Everyone's seen Molly May absolutely smash the hell out of life, and to be fair, she smashed the hell out of her relationship as well. But even if you can get a little piece of that, if you've been in the villa for long enough, you know you're going to be pretty set up for life. Am I right?
Oh, definitely. But
you've been getting brand deals left, right and centre off that little cameo, haven't you?
Plum Centre. But you found love as well, eh?
Found love as well.
Should I pick a few?
In fact, yeah, you go with the phone, you hold the phone, that's a good job for you.
We should have got Joe involved, to be fair.
Joe can't even set up the podcast.
Yeah, we do.
Just if anyone's looking for like a new job as a creative director, we are looking for it.
Yeah, we are looking.
What did you think of Swansea? You've cleared that, haven't you? You said it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Was there any difference?
I feel like that was too sarcastic. No, just Swansea.
No, you liked it, didn't
yeah,
you?
Swansea was unreal.
Did it? Was there any difference in the villa from the first time you went in? So I don't know if that means, was the villa different or...
So I think this one's actually a really good question because, well, first of all, I think it would have been weird for us if the villa was the same. So I was buzzing when they told us it was a different villa because I actually didn't know that when I found out. Obviously, just like it would have been a bit nostalgia, like being in the same places where I've had arguments with other people and then like cracking on my page in the same area. So that was good. What I would say is, I feel like, well, the welfare, I've got to give Love Island a shout out with this. They are so much better, and Series 4 wasn't bad, don't get us wrong. I think they really looked after you in Series 4. But Series 8, honestly, like, you have a Zoom meeting every day with like a sort of psych, and she's just like a nice woman who just chats to you.
Just to check in with you.
Just to check in with you and make sure you're fine. And I think that's really, really cool because that wasn't like that in Series 4. There was then, but what definitely wasn't every day. So every single day, whether we liked it or not, like, you had to go on and it could be 2 minutes, it could be half an hour, whatever you wanted. So that was unreal. I would say the show's probably a little bit less produced now than what it was, and that's probably just because obviously they've got to be a little bit safer with COVID, so there's less people flying around the villa. But I just think, but then again, like, maybe it's because I came in later this time and I had like a genuine connection straight away. So maybe I felt like I had an easier run, like it was so much easier this time around.
Because you knew what you wanted to.
Well, yeah, because I knew what I wanted. It was straightforward rather than the last time. And the fact that I was 21, I was just like a jack in the box, just bouncing here, there and everywhere.
Full of testosterone.
Full of testosterone.
I knew before you went in that you would pick Paige.
Really?
I think you are like really like she is exactly what you would go for.
Yeah, to be fair. No, that was actually one of the weirdest things. Going in this time, because I didn't on Series 4, and seeing the people on the TV before I went in as well.
Because you didn't know the gym.
Yeah, because I was going in and I was actually thinking, like, because I was in the Holden Villa for like 10 days, which is, the Holden Villa is essentially where you sit before you go into the actual villa, and obviously that means that you definitely don't have COVID, you can't catch it off anyone because you've only with one person who's a chaperone. And what was I saying there? Yeah, so I was watching the series being like, oh, who am I going to like, who am I going to get on with? And to be fair, like, the same with the boys, like, I was thinking, which lads am I going to get on with the most? But yeah, I definitely, like, you know who I've went for in the past and what I like in terms of looks, and then obviously when I went into Villa and hit it off with her straight away, that was it, I was done.
A lot of these questions are like quite focused around you and Paige, so it's a bit, I don't want to keep picking one of them.
Yeah. Let's mix it up.
Um,
And Joe behind the camera, if you think of any as well,
I'll pull up some from the last one.
I'll tell you what's a good one that someone asked us on the train, right? Some old geezer was like asking us, he was like, mate, when do you eat and what happens with that, right? So we may as well go into that. Really simple. We'll cook a breakfast, right? But apart from that, there is a catering team that comes in for lunch and dinner, and it's actually banging. Like, I thought it was alright. Some of the girls were sick of it. Paige was especially sick of it because she just, I don't know.
Didn't have that much chocolate.
Nah, didn't have that much chocolate in. You know, she said she didn't want to see another chicken breast for the rest of her life.
Is that all it was?
Because it was like
breast?
just different variations of chicken breast, but you know I'm all over that. But I actually thought it was sound. So lunchtime is when everyone comes in, obviously producers come in, and no one really talks, because if you talk about anything interesting, you kind of want it to be part of the show anyway.
So that's probably a good one there. So obviously when you're having your food, you're not mic'd up.
You're not, because they've got to change the mics at some point.
So how long are you in a day, in like a 24-hour period? How long are you not mic'd up for?
Literally, probably just the 20 minutes you have a lunch and the 20 minutes you have a dinner.
Aye.
And like that's the only time where we would speak about stuff at home, and like you want to have conversation. Like the boys would talk about football, the girls would probably talk about, I don't know, whatever they were talking about, something that's not something that's not related to the show, because all the good stuff is like, all the good stuff's kept for the show, if you know what I mean. And I think like the producers, that's their pretty much only job at lunchtime, just to like separate you and make sure that all the good stuff and the relationship stuff, or even any good arguments, are not done at dinner. So that's why everyone like eats separately.
They're very basic. One thing I found interesting, and I think you should talk about, is like the timing of, like, because obviously when we watch it we don't really know what time it is, and one of the like producers said to me, if you're watching it at home and it's dark, you know it's after 10 o'clock.
Right.
Someone asked like, oh, what time do they go to bed? And I think one of them said that you could be up till 1 or something like that, or you could be in bed 9 o'clock. Like it could come.
So what was mad when me and Paige went on the yacht date, because obviously when you go on these dates and when you go outside, again, they don't want you to talk about like being lovey-dovey in the car. They want to have it on a good camera, because it is a TV show at the end of the day. So we would go out and they would have us with separate security guards or chaperones in separate cars, and then when we get to the date, then it's natural. Because obviously, like, imagine if I told her something about how I feel about her and it was caught in the middle of the taxi. It's not good, is it? It's boring.
And then you're going in,
even though that's what would happen in normal life.
You're going in on to tell you 10 minutes into a conversation, aren't you?
Exactly.
You would probably have.
So what I was saying about the sleep pattern is, we probably worked out that it was, you probably waking up for us about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and probably going until like anywhere from like 2 to 4 in the morning, depending on how long something is. But it just depends, because if there's a recoupling or a dumpling, it's a much longer night, because they take ages to do. Because you've got to, well, they just do, because it's a little bit tense, and they've got to get the big guns out with the cameras, haven't they? Then, whereas if we're just doing whatever, you know, Adam Shite dance moves, they just let the little ones take up that, and really shouldn't anyway.
We'll go for another. Joe, you got one?
Some of them are a little bit
raw, but people asking about my crown jewels and that.
Things like that. Go on, Mickey, I'll let you get one. I'll choose a good one.
Oh, you've bottled that, Joe, haven't you? Jesus Christ.
Bantam deck, yeah. Bantam deck. Joe's feeling a little bit left out.
He's like little Stephen Mulhern.
Yeah. Oh, he went red, but you can see it.
Would you ever do reality TV again?
So here's a funny one, and I've had a little bit of a chat about this. I would definitely do SAS.
Who Dares Wins.
Who Dares Wins.
That would be a good one.
That would be a good one. Fitness stuff and all of that. Like, I think it would be sick. And
I think
also,
smash that, to be fair.
I think I would like to think I would smash it, but I would also like to put it to the test and see what I was at. And then there's that show, The Challenge, which is apparently coming to the UK, which I would also love to do. But I don't actually know what the full process is with that. Like, I think it's a combination of like fitness teams. Like, I think there's like a red team and a blue team that do mental stuff.
I haven't seen that one.
So there's one, maybe in the future, and then I will not be going on anything dating related, because I'm here for a chill life now.
You'll not do Love Island again anyway. Now you're married off, will you?
Yeah, that's going to get put somewhere.
What is Adam's idea of a dream date?
Adam's idea of a dream date? To be fair, do you know what I always wanted to do was the whole, but I'm going back to Hitch here, you know, with Will Smith, little jet ski. And do you know what? Actually, we had a really good time in Wales and Swansea the other night. So do you know how everyone was like flying about in London, going to really nice restaurants, stuff like that? And to be fair, we did do that the last couple of nights. But when we went to Swansea, we went paddleboarding. It was actually
Shut
sick.
up, man.
And like went with two of her friends, Taylor and Drew, and it was just nice because it was something completely different. Like, it wasn't flashy. We were back in her hometown. No one was really bothering with too much because obviously we're in the beach and it's just miles away from other people. But yeah, we went paddleboarding and it was sick, and pushed her in the water, had a good time, had a good laugh, and then came back and chilled and just watched Netflix.
Is Swansea quite similar to Newcastle? Like, it's not as like, obviously when in London's mental, and it like when.
Yeah, like I think one of the main reasons I got on with her so well is because Swansea's really similar to Newcastle, and like we're very family orientated, the both of us. So, you know, she loves her family obviously, and I know everyone does, but like she's really close knit with them, and obviously you know what I'm like, the same as up here. So I think that's why. And to be fair, the first however long it is, I think we're just going to make it work with going back and forth.
Well, going down and then she's
Just
coming
going down and coming up, and it's kind of fun. Like, it's kind of fun to do different areas. Like,
Mixes it up, doesn't
people
it?
keep on asking us, like, are you stressed about like the travel and the long distance? Like, not at all, because like the things that we do, we can work from anywhere. Just going back and forth for Swansea, Newcastle. She's got her house, I've got this. It's kind of cool.
Do you think you'll be in London a lot, or do you think you'll just be between the two?
It just depends, to be fair. Like, I think everyone knows my vibe and I want to do fitness stuff. So if it's fitness related and it works for me, like I want to be really specific with the stuff that I do, and like putting out and helping people as much as I can, and doing like all of the cool like fitnessy fashion stuff, that high end sort of stuff.
Well, a few people were asking me like, will you go back? Do you think like you would go back to the fitness and everything? And I was like, oh, of course you would. Like, you wouldn't ever not, would you?
I honestly don't think anyone who knows us can even stop us. Like, I'm an absolute maniac for fitness, and I mean there's worse things to be addicted to, but like that's my thing. It's always been my thing. And you work with us, like the fact that the gym was open when I was 21 from PT and stuff like that from 18 years old, like no one does that. Well, very rarely does that. 21-year-old, I like had already opened my own place, and obviously when I went on Love Island Series 4, that was at 22.
Mm-hmm. Well, we spoke about last time. I remember you driving around in a Sculpt van, doing your boot camps.
On gym field.
The Sculptmobile.
And I remember you showing us the first initial branding for Sculpt when you must have been 19, 20.
That's what I mean. It was always the vision, and we're going to have Sculpt 2.0 very, very soon. And if that one pays off right, and it will, we'll be going down the country. So you will see us very soon. Nationwide.
Woo!
Get one in Swansea just to keep us busy.
Somewhere to train when you go down there.
Honestly, mate, I was there for how many days, and I was thinking I'm really getting itchy feet now, just because you know what I'm like when I don't train.
Yeah.
Had loads of fun, but I just have to get something done.
Poor Ben's going to have to relocate. I think we mentioned last time how I wouldn't even say you were obsessive with it anymore. It's your life now. Like, everything, like when I'll come into your kitchen or something, and you're scanning something and, you know, like counting everything and all that. And then I think that's just mental.
I think obsessed is the wrong word, right? Obviously, there's been phases where I've been unbalanced, but I think I'm pretty balanced, as in, like, I go out with mates, we go out and eat out not all the time, but like enough where like it's still fun on the weekends and stuff like that. Obviously, I do drink a little bit, but not, like, I'm not mad for drinking. But I think that I've found a point now where I'm so balanced with it. It's just like one of them things. It's like going to work. It's something I do every day. It's like getting in the shower or brushing your teeth for me. Like, I do a workout most days, like 5-6 days a week, because it's just something that I know that I need to do just to clear my head.
You feel better for it.
I just feel unreal after doing it. So like, it's actually not a chore for me. And don't get us wrong, there are some days when I can't be bothered, obviously. But I always think that, like, even if I just do a little bit and it's not amazing, it's better than doing nothing.
So the gym in the villa, was that, there would have been no barbells there and everything, was it? It was
no barbells in the villa. We had a set of 27 halves, we had a set of 15s, we had a set of 7 halves, and we had a pull-up bar that was that low that I pretty much had to bend my knees to do it. But to be fair, we did actually some really good sessions. Andrew was training pretty hard, which I don't think a lot of people saw. He was game for like some CrossFit and some high intensity stuff. Davide was training pretty hard. We did a lot of sort of bodybuilding
training. Were you
training.
okay about Davide being able to lift more than you? I don't know.
Davide couldn't lift more.
Put it to the test.
Nah, do you know what? He's the boy has got chest though. The boy has got chest. He would outbench me for days. And apparently Dami has a serious bench press as well.
Really?
Yeah. But do you know what? Ekin Sue trained really hard. She was actually, like she trained most days, to be fair.
She had the WIT gear on, didn't she?
She had the WIT,
I
saw that.
Was
no.
Was Luca training? I didn't see him anywhere near.
We did a boys' workout on one of the days. I don't know if it was on. Don't know if it made the show. But no, I don't think. It's weird. It's actually harder than what you think. We've got loads of time, and you're not really doing loads during the day. Obviously, you only see an hour of 24 hours during the day. But like, you get into this weird lull where, do you know when you're lazy and you get lazier because you're being lazy? Like the thing for me, yeah, you get.
It's when you lie in the sun as well.
And obviously, you're in the sun. It's really hot. We were like, because you don't want to eat full meals, like I've never ate so much crisps and chocolate like, in my life, and obviously I did it for 4 weeks, so like yeah, I'm finding it now that I'm even having to like get my head back into the game a little bit. But what I was saying is like, it is actually quite hard to motivate yourself because you don't know what's coming next, you don't know if there's going to be a challenge, you don't know if you've got half an hour or if there's going to be like 3 hours, because like it could be like you're just going to start and then you get a text. Or like,
what do you say when you get a text?
I'm not going to say anything. You do yours?
I didn't get the chance to do.
Go on.
I've got a text!
So it's just all of them things, and to be fair, the challenges are really long and they're really hot and they actually drain the life out of you because they're really cool and the setup is amazing, and there's an actual team just for the challenges. Woody, if you're watching this, I love you.
It's very open as well. They showed us that when we went in.
Yeah.
It's so open, the heat
But
must be boiling.
honestly, the heat when you're there is like insane. So obviously when you're doing like, when you're dressed up and you've got like man outfits, where we did the postman outfit, it was just, it was a lot.
You always deliver though, don't you?
Oh, always deliver.
First class.
Always deliver,
First
boy.
class.
First class. Did that come on?
Yeah.
What do you think?
What was your favourite challenge to do?
I'm trying to think which ones we did. I honestly nearly broke my hand on the tug of war. Did you see that? Was that in there?
You said you fell, didn't you, or something?
Oh, honestly.
It was before, they didn't show you falling.
Did they not? So I went underneath the grass, the turf, it's like tarmac. And my feet, because I was pulling that hard, because we didn't have Ecton 2 pulling because she'd like hurt a nail or something before, and there was another one.
Like a dig that.
No. But like, so I was pulling that hard because you know what I'm like, I'm super competitive. That I pushed the like grass, like it was coming up. So then I smashed the tarmac, and obviously on the talent show, actually, one of the things that we're going to make us do instead of the magician was they were going to get us to do the full length of the villa on my hands, as in handstand walking.
That's what I thought you would have done.
Yeah, we thought you would have done that.
So that was the one, but my hand was that bad the next day I couldn't actually do it. I couldn't get up because it was throbbing. So then, you know, Dynamo came out.
You done that pretend card trick, didn't you?
I can do it now.
Have you got any magic shows coming up?
Well, you know, I feel like me and Dynamo will get a Channel 4 spin-off show, but I'm just waiting for him to DM us. If you listen to this, you know, slide in.
I bet he does listen to it, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he will.
He's a big fan, actually.
I think if you really think about it, just pop up, yeah.
The channel you
I've got to edit that in.
You got any more questions? Do you smoke? No, he definitely doesn't.
This is one that we answered for you last time. Who is the best person that you've seen live in concert?
You answered this for us?
Yeah.
Ooh, I do love a gig as well, don't I?
You do?
You're bloody mad for music, aren't you?
Oh, I'm bloody mad.
Always mad boy.
Did you say Chainsmokers? Or did
No.
you say Solomon?
We said Britney Spears 2012.
Didn't we? Was it?
Britney Spears and Sugar Babes.
I was Sugar Babes.
Don't you pretend you haven't got the Sugar Babes t-shirt hanging up in that room.
Don't tell me.
You've got the poster in your bedroom, man.
Mate, I tell you what's all good, by the way. Downstairs, obviously, I've got these really cool Supreme posters. I think they're really cool. You think they're really cool.
I had to put them up.
Well, he had to put them because I can't even hang up anything. So, the posters on the wall are Supreme, and it has Kate Moss, it has... Who's the other girl? And then the third one's Cara Delevingne. Well, obviously, we're sitting there before the After Sun reunion, and Laura Whitmore comes up to us and she's like, oh, because obviously Paige was in the toilet, we were the last ones to walk in just because she had these Raj trousers on. Anyway, long story. She goes, oh, my two friends really want to meet you and Paige, will you FaceTime them? So I was like, yeah, I'll FaceTime them. And obviously Paige was still in the toilet, so it took ages, so I just jumped on myself. And then she was like, oh, these are my two friends. So I was talking to them for like a couple of minutes, hiya, giving it all that, how's you? So they looked like they were in like Mexico or like Tulum or Bali or somewhere like that. And I was like, where are you? But the connection was really bad. Anyway, they were getting cut off, and just before the cut off, Laura was like just ready to hit the phone and like end the call, and the penny dropped, man. And it was Margot Robbie and Cara Delevingne on the phone. I could not believe it.
And could your head have been turned up?
My head was very turned. And Paige came out the toilet and I went, right, look, we need to talk. You're amazing, but if Margot Robbie starts FaceTiming me, boys gotta move. Boys gotta move.
What can you do?
Wolf
do what you gotta do.
Wolf of Wall Street, focus. Margot Robbie can't be beaten.
I thought your favourite was Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is my number one, to be fair, but Margot Robbie on questions.
It is basically mainly catered around Paige and other things.
Other things.
Yeah, not ones that you can read out like. Do you use cucumber wipes now? I don't even know what they are.
Neither do I, but we'll do a skincare routine real soon. There's the one about, what was it? Did you come out of a relationship or something before?
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Have you seen you probably wouldn't have seen this when you went, it was quite big, the tortilla challenge?
No.
Oh,
We'll have
it's
to
so
get
funny we've got to do that.
Aye.
What do
You
you
wouldn't be able to do it with me, you're too high for me to do it, but basically you fill your mouth with like water or something, or drink, no one else. And you basically, I've got a wrap in my hand.
Uh-huh.
Have you got any wraps in the house, yeah?
No, I don't think so.
And you've got a wrap, right?
Right.
And then basically I get this wrap and just whack you with it.
Well, this was a viral thing, like when we
Kevin
were
Hart and The Rock have done it.
You're joking?
Nah,
Basically.
it's the same.
Which one would be which out of them?
If you oil up, I think you'd have us.
I know, but basically you just smack each other with it, and the first person to like let the whatever out of the mouth.
Who won out? Kevin Hart and The Rock?
I think it was Kevin Hart.
Slapped the shit out of that boy.
There's no way.
I'm sure it was, you know. I'm
No
gonna have a
way.
look while you're doing a little video.
You up for that? Next week?
I'm up for that.
On the Mickey Sear show?
On the Mickey Sear show next week, we're going to have the tortilla challenge. Oh,
Here's a
yeah.
question.
Right.
What does he want from the future? Marriage and kids?
Marriage and kids. I mean, obviously, I'm going to get married at some point. I think that would be great. Also, we'll have Vegas Stag do.
Ooh.
You two are going to have a charity boxing match to work out who's going to be best man.
Ooh, that'd be a good fight, that.
No, I think you'd win, Joe. I'm not even gonna like.
But you know, he has been in the villa and he's more trained.
He's famous. I
obviously-
couldn't hit a famous person.
He will also do a better speach because you can't even set up a podcast.
Oh, right.
I've got to say, I
Okay.
know we keep going on about that, but that was appalling. I was actually embarrassed to be in the room.
Don't worry, I've resigned. I'm gone.
So yeah, so when Stag do and a couple of little kids, obviously there'll be a boy. We'll put him on Love Island twice. We'll call him the chosen one. And
What did you call yourself again to me? No, it was something like the something serpent or something.
what? I never said that at all.
You were trying.
No,
and
I didn't.
Before you went in there, you were trying to get yourself a nickname.
How was that?
And it was like the silver serpent or something like that.
Anyway.
You were. Joe, I swear to God, it was either the fitness serpent or the silver
The fitness serpent. That's never came out my mouth. Honestly.
Oh my God.
Honestly, Milky Bar Kid fighting up, yeah.
The fitness serpent. He was like, "Will you please start calling us that? Will you please?" No, it was the fit one. It was the fit one. But then it was like there was something. I'm gonna get my phone so I can figure out it was the silver serpent. I'll never find it. Never ever find it.
Oh yeah. Honestly.
The silver surfer.
What's your cheat meal? I'm more buzzing about this than a lot of things. Brackburger, shout out to him. Local place, only named a burger after us.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried
insane.
it?
I haven't tried it.
I didn't try that, but I had my first Brack burger last week, and it's different gravy. Like,
I need to do it.
The Pinot.
Are you had one before?
Nah, I need to do it. I need to try it.
The
Pinot.
the Pina Colada. Am I right?
You're right.
Am I right? Fantastic.
Marketing
Have you tried
genius.
it yet?
I haven't tried it yet. We should actually go and get one tonight, to be fair.
That sounds like a plan.
Do you think they'll name one after me?
I think if you coupled up with someone, the Nebbies would have.
Because when I messaged Joe, I think his phone must have been broke or something, because he hasn't got back to me.
Hasn't got back?
Nah. Signal on Newcastle's terrible, though, to be fair.
To be fair, Nebbies you'll get on, what series was it? Series 8 there. Nebbies you'll get on Series 9.
Series 12 won it if I'm going back
Series
every
12.
4 years like you.
Oh, that's what it is.
The World Cup.
I'll be going back on when I'm 30. I'm not. 2 and done. I'm out.
One thing loads of people were asking was, did you apply or did they approach you?
So what happened is,
Tell the story.
what happened was, we'll get, we'll tackle the elephant in the room, won't we?
I thought it was that cable again.
So, got a phone call about 6 months before the show, or 6 months before I left, with one of the producers who obviously knew us from the last show, saying, I feel like this is a big question as well, because I'm going to clear everything up right now. So 6 months before the show, got a text being like, oh, are you, basically, can I ring you? And then the conversation was basically, we've got a cool idea, we might bring you back and make you the first bombshell ever to come back. Would you come on Love Island? I said, no, I'm in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. That was the end of that. Now, fast forward 4 months later, obviously finished with the girl that I was with, which you know, and that was about 7 or 8 weeks before the show, well, before I was in the Holden Villa, so definitely 8 weeks before the actual show when I was in there. But yes, the Holden Villa, you've got to think, I was nearly in the Holden Villa for 12 to 14 days.
Telling us you're on business trips.
I know, I was lying to you. Well, I wasn't lying to me, I was lying to you. But I could only tell one person, so Mickey got that one.
In a circle, Joe.
So, obviously, that clears up that, but I think, obviously some of the bad press that was coming out was like, did you know? Was it anything to do with that relationship? It was absolutely nothing to do with that relationship at all. Like, that, I was completely unaware, and if I'm honest, I was texting you every day, and you can vouch for us. Even when I was sitting in the Holden Villa, and there was that 2 month gap from the previous relationship anyway, I still was 50-50 whether I was going to get on the show or not, because the very key thing that I thought for me was, if anyone found out that I was sitting in the Holden Villa, the surprise would be spoilt of a bombshell coming back, and I thought they were just going to cut us, so I told absolutely no one apart from Dad and you, pretty much, and that was it.
As well, I don't think a lot of people, no one in ITV really knew.
Yeah, no one even in ITV. So it was a big thing. But everyone keeps on going on about this relationship and stuff like that. Categorically, that ended separately, and you can even say it, and I've told Paige this as well, there was actually someone I started seeing in between who was even closer to the show. Just, obviously, as you do, trying to get over a relationship, you start going out with other people. I mean, I was in Greece.
I was
in Greece, so there was loads of time. The press always stirs stuff. It always turns into a big thing, and I totally understand. And that's, to be fair, probably why Paige's mum obviously had the reaction on the show that she did, and I totally understand that, and I'm kind of behind her with that, because when I came out, I realised why that was the way it was.
And the thing is, if you had a daughter as well,
who
was in that situation,
you've also
think
said as well, since you come out, how well you've been getting on with Paige's family as well.
This is what I mean. As soon as I came out and as soon as I met them, Paige told us she had no doubt. Obviously, I was meeting the parents properly. I was nervous, I'm not going to lie, because you want to impress them, especially if I can see this going somewhere, which I can for good, hopefully. So I was going in there with a little bit of nerves, and honestly the family could not have been nicer. Paige's mum, especially Sam, she was amazing as soon as I walked in, and then we went on a little night out, had loads of nice drinks, met her grandma, met her nana, like nanas and all of that, and her dad, everyone was absolutely sound. So that just clears all of that up now, all of that drama, because obviously I've came out and I know that was a big thing in the press, and it is what it is.
Until it isn't.
But it is. How long have we been going for?
35 minutes.
35 minutes. Another one, are you good with Ekin-Su and Davide? I don't understand where this came from. Not being there. I actually love the pair of them. I was the third wheel, because Davide and Ekin-Su were training in the gym every day. I absolutely love them too. I'm over the moon that they won. I think they're absolutely unreal. He is the funniest person I've ever met for like one-liners. Like, I don't know if it's the Italian that helps, but it's absolute, like, it's just a crease 24/7 when you're with him.
He's like him. When I walked in, he's the person I got a shock with the most.
Why?
I think just watching him and everything, and then he was like, you know that fence thing that you walk out the bedroom and you probably don't know. but he was like here.
Yeah.
And then Luca was there. I got like a proper shock when I seen him.
I think as well, what's mad is how much better looking everyone is in person over the cameras. Like, obviously people look great on the cameras anyway, because I watched the show before I came in this time, whereas I didn't the last time.
You see, my camera has the opposite effect. It makes people look better.
Who's this guy?
That's just as well, because your audio was terrible.
But even, I think I said it, and it's a bit of a backhanded compliment, probably stressed her out a little bit. But when I saw Paige, I was like, right, you're good on TV, but like, you're great in person. I was like, wow, pleasantly surprised. Right, I feel like we're going to wrap this up. What should be the last question?
This is a good one. Which was your favourite series? Series 4 or Series 8? Relationship aside.
Relationship
Experience.
aside?
Yes, thanks, Drew.
That's alright, mate. I've got you back.
Right, so relationship aside.
Like, not about Paige.
Right,
We know
not
she's
about
out all the
Paige.
time.
Yeah, that was unreal, and it was amazing, and it was nice. But I think you've got to take into account, like, the first time coming out and experiencing that for the first time was absolutely amazing. So I would really, really struggle to put my give you my honest pick, because they were so different. Obviously there was loads of drama, there was loads of stress. I feel like I thrived in it, but I was 21, 22 and like I was hyper. I wanted all of that. I wanted, like, I was a little kid, a little stupid boy, to be honest, and I wanted like all of like the girls when I came out and stuff like that. Whereas this time around, I just want to go back to exactly what I do, all of the fitness which I love, all of the good stuff, be with her and like have a good time along the way, and do all of the stuff that we want to do together, like go on holidays and stuff. Paddleboard for days. But like, you could never compare them. But I've got really good friends on both series, which is amazing. I've been on the phone to Samira, hooked up with Wes already.
I seen Luca messaged you there when I had your phone.
Luca messages, and yeah, like, you just meet some class people, and I would honestly, as long as you're thick-skinned because of what comes after the show, and I think that's important, trying to work out if you are the type of person who is thick-skinned and who can handle the public pressure, I would recommend it to anyone, like, legit. So,
but you have got to remember, the water bottle is significantly better on this series.
True. I mean, we'll see if we can get a little photo up here, because we did see this downstairs. I don't think there's anyone in the world, right? There's no one in the world that has, in the kitchen, 2 Love Island water bottles from both series.
Yes.
And, you know, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So, you've got the... Can you see this? How's that, Joe?
You send me the photo and I'll stick it in.
So you've got... So I'm going to show you there, but obviously this will hopefully be on the screen. You've got the clear water bottle, which is chewed to bits. That's what happens when you... Because if you saw the top of that, there was a lot of stress there. That's called recoupling with 4+ girls. And that is what you call a de-stressed Adam. That's PG Adam, isn't it? That's called the chill zone. Adam 2.0. That's loved up Adam. Padam Adam. And that's the end of the show, folks. The Mickey scene. Right, what we're going to do is, I hope you enjoyed that video. We've got loads of cool stuff coming. Hopefully, yeah, we've got some really sick ideas for some series, getting some people on some training videos, some challenges, all of that good stuff. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm glad to kick it off, and we're going to love you and leave you. Have you got anything to say?
Just next week I'm going to try and get Davide on. But
better ask for forgiveness than permission. Oh, honestly, Paige's going to hate us for this. Right, over and out. Peace and love, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, Love Island, baby!